What's the most disgusting thing you've ever seen someone do at a funeral? For me, it was watching my Aunt Meredith turn my mother's death into her own personal spotlight. Mom died in February, breast cancer. She fought hard. I was her only child, and I'd moved back into her house 8 months earlier when hospice care started. I fed her, bathed her, and read to her every night when the pain was too much for her to sleep. She used to call me her anchor. My Aunt Meredith, Mom's only sister, lived just 2 hours away, but she barely visited. Once every few months at best, and even then, she'd spend most of the time complaining about traffic. The last time she saw Mom alive, she stayed for a few minutes. But at the funeral, you'd think Meredith had lost a twin. She arrived late, wearing a bright red coat and oversized sunglasses like she was walking a runway. She didn't come over to me, didn't even acknowledge the urn on the table. Instead, she started sobbing, loud, dramatic, attention-grabbing sobs. People turned to look. Some even hugged her. I stood in the back, invisible, holding the eulogy I had written the night before, hands trembling. When it was time to speak, the pastor asked if anyone from the family would like to say a few words. I stepped forward, but before I could even open my mouth, Meredith shot up and beat me to the podium. She pulled a crumpled piece of notebook paper from her purse and began reading. Her voice cracked as she said, "My sister was my everything." She went on about how they were inseparable growing up, how they used to play dress up and braid each other's hair. She told a story about a beach trip I'd never heard of and said they used to talk on the phone every single day. A complete lie. I watched people in the pews nodding along, misty-eyed. I stood there, gripping the paper in my hand, feeling my stomach twist. That wasn't Mom. That wasn't their relationship. When Meredith finished, everyone clapped. She hugged the pastor and theatrically kissed her fingers and touched the urn like it was some kind of performance. And then came the final straw. During the reception in the church hall, I overheard her talking to the funeral director. She said, "I'm the sister will need the death certificates and estate documents sent to me directly." She didn't leave much, but there's still the house. The house Mom left to me. I blinked, thinking maybe I misheard. But then she walked over to me, drink in hand, fake smile on her face, and said, "You'll want to start packing up your stuff soon. I've already contacted a realtor." That's when I realized she didn't care about Mom at all. She came for the house. I told her point blank, "Mom left the house to me." She laughed, not like a confused laugh, a cruel one. "Don't be naive, sweetheart. You've never owned a house. You don't know how these things work. Legally, I'm next of kin. You were just the caregiver." She actually said that, just the caregiver. The next day, I got a letter from her lawyer. She was contesting the will, claiming undue influence, claiming I'd manipulated Mom during her final months. She even accused me of denying her visitation rights, saying I'd kept her from saying goodbye when she hadn't even returned Mom's last texts. And she didn't stop there. She called members of our family, told them I was after Mom's money. My uncle stopped replying to my messages. My cousin Rachel uninvited me from her wedding. Alice, Mom's best friend, called me crying, unsure what to believe. I almost gave up. I nearly accepted that maybe I should just leave the house, take what little dignity I had left. But then I remembered something. Mom was a writer. She documented everything. I tore through her desk, her drawers, even her email, and I found it. A video Mom had recorded on her laptop 4 months before she passed. In it, her voice is tired, but clear. She says, "To anyone questioning my will, please understand I am fully aware of what I'm doing. My daughter has been my everything. My sister has not visited in months. If she tries to fight this, show them this message." But that wasn't all. There were handwritten journals detailing every visit, every conversation, screenshots of messages, even a voice memo where Meredith herself says she's not cut out for end-of-life stuff. I sent it all to her lawyer. 3 days later, the case was dropped. No apology, no message, just silence. I scattered Mom's ashes in the garden she loved, alone. But for the first time in months, I felt peace. Because in the end, Mom had the last word.